Alright, we're doing something a little different this episode. Instead of taking a look at one of my custom Transformers, we're going to be taking a look at one of my custom Gunpla. For those of you who are unaware, Gunpla is a brand of model kits manufactured by Bandai and based on the mobile suits from the Mobile Suit Gundam franchise. I have built several kits myself over the past few years, and this is my latest kit bash. As I'm sure many of you will be able to tell, this is themed after the Pokemon Absol, which is number 359 in the Pokédex, and it is referred to as the Disaster Pokemon. Keeping with that theme, I've decided to name it PKDX359 Disaster Gundam. If you're familiar with the Mobile Suit Gundam franchise, you can likely pick out details from the mobile suits that I used to create this. I've used the arms from the Impulse Gundam, the torso unit of the Strike Gundam, and the legs of the Amazing Strike Freedom Gundam. The armor has been painted with Tamiya X2 white acrylic paint, and the frame parts were painted with Mr. Color 65 Gloss Bright Blue. And it is by no means a perfect paint job. I wasn't painting this in the optimal airbrushing weather, but I'm still very satisfied with how this turned out. This is the Impulse Gundam's head unit, modified to resemble the yin-yang motif of Absol's head. As you can see, I cut off the right side of Impulse's face and cut this horn piece here from a piece of .003mm plastic sheet. It took a few tries to get it to stay properly applied to the side of the head, but I used plastic cement to get it on there. I had to do all that after this was airbrushed, so everything could go together smoothly. And this is by no means the cleanest cut in the world, but I'm still very satisfied with it. So now it's time for the obligatory spin around, which I'm kind of surprised I haven't done already. As you can see, I picked out the thrusters with the blue paint. Now, being based partially on the Strike Gundam, this obviously supports the use of the Striker Pack system, and we'll get to that a little later. I am a little disappointed with myself that I didn't try and add some extra thrusters on the back. You would think that these panels here on the back of the legs have thrusters inside them, but as the legs come from the Amazing Strike Freedom Gundam and not the original Strike Freedom Gundam, those are not present. Anyone who has built that kit knows that it does not have thrusters inside its legs. It has them on the knees, but not on the insides of the legs. But even so, I'm still very happy with how this turned out. For a rough size comparison, here's the high-grade Build Divers Earth 3 Gundam from Build Divers Re-Rise, and for my viewers who are more familiar with Transformers than they are the Gundam franchise, here's War for Cybertron Siege Deluxe Class Ratchet. As for weapons, in this form it's equipped with a beam pistol, which I pulled from a high-grade build custom kit from Build Fighters, as well as a katana, which I have pulled from the high-grade Barbatos, which I have many parts from that I have used in my other kit bashes. But that's not all that this mobile suit has to offer. As I mentioned before, being based on the Strike Gundam from Mobile Suit Gundam Seed, it's able to use the Striker Pack system, and as such, it has a Striker Pack. Now this is a straight repaint of the Noir Striker from the Noir Strike Gundam, only in these colors it is referred to as the Absolite Striker Pack. You see what I did there? Now when we attach the Absolite Striker Pack to the Disaster Gundam, it gets very back heavy, necessitating the use of an action base with it, and causing its legs to fall out. But once you finally put all the parts back together, you get Mega Disaster Gundam, which, in case you haven't figured it out already, is a reference to Mega Evolution, which, quite frankly, needs to make a comeback. Game Freak, please, stop the stupid gimmicks and give us more Mega Evolutions. And naturally, being a repaint of the Noir Striker, this gives the Disaster Gundam access to the anti-ship swords from the Noir Strike Gundam. Unfortunately, it's not a very sturdy connection. You have a thin cylinder going into a square hole. And of course, the Noir Striker also has these handy-dandy guns on the wings. there you go. I have illustrated the point that I just made. The discerning viewer will be able to note that I have smoothed out this rear section of each gun, just to differentiate it a little more from the standard Warstrike Gundam. But yes, on the whole, I am very happy with how this turned out. It looks amazing. It's something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. I've actually had this finished for several months. I just haven't been able to find my tripod. So that's going to do it for this episode. I'm planning on making more episodes like this where I'm doing Gunpla, so I can have a little variety in this series. But regardless, my name is Keeper of Toast, and remember, even if the corn virus isn't going around, wash your hands!